And welcome into the Sendoff for the Raceland Rams as they head off to Kroger Field and the 2025 state championship in Class Single A. They'll match up against KCD tomorrow. Hello, everyone. I'm James Collier. Happy to have you along with us here as the Rams get ready to depart. Joined with Brenna Wellman. Brenna, the cheer team captain, and you've been down there on the sidelines. We're going to be on a different sideline this year. This one feels a little different.
Yes.
What is it about that? This community, again, everybody rolling out here to watch these guys take off and head to Kroger Field.
The support is just amazing. I know all the boys love all the support. Us as cheerleaders, we love having all of the fans in the stands cheering on with us, so we're really hoping we get that trophy.
You know, it's we talked about this last night on the coaches show. The one thing that you get a chance when you go to the state championship, and especially as a small school, everybody gets a chance to really show off. And what we have here for our school is a lot. And that's a big thing for us to have that opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. We love to show off our community and how much support we have for our students. So, yeah.
Now, you're connected to one of the football players,
yes.
right? Bryson had a pretty good game last time out.
Yes,
and again, those seniors getting a chance to win their last game on the home field against Pikeville. How special was that for him?
That he just feels the love from everybody, especially his family and me, of course. So, yeah, he feels all the support.
You know, it was a cold Friday night, but when you get a chance to beat Pikeville in a meaningful game like that, it makes it a little more, a little better, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the one thing for you being a senior, getting a chance to go back as a cheer captain and go to Kroger Field? What's that special meaning for you?
It is so special. I just get to be on the sidelines one last time at the biggest game of the season. Like, we get the most games of the season. We get 4 extra games after the season, so it means a lot being able to cheer on the boys one last time.
It's odd, too, and it's something for me, too. You've never gone to school on the first Friday in December.
Nope.
Ever.
Never.
As a high schooler,
nope.
Right? You know, I started teaching. It's my 4th year, and I said, it's kind of one of those things. It's become a tradition, but, you know, Coach Sammons was talking about, this is a tradition that's earned. Yes. And it's something that everybody has to remember. This is such a special moment for the team.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, Brenna, have fun down there. We'll see you down there.
Sure will.
All right. We're going to continue our coverage as we get ready to send the Rams off to Kroger Field. Stay tuned with us here on Kool TV. All right, back here with Bryson Rousey from Raceland Football. I was kidding with Brandon just a moment ago. You don't know what it feels like to go to school on the first Friday in December. It's got to be a pretty special meaning as a senior to 4 straight years to the state championship.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like for you of getting an opportunity to go play in that final game of the year?
Yeah, special. I mean, we don't know anything different, so we don't know what it's like to not go there. But I mean, it's awesome. You get the week's chill, then we go there and play, and we ain't got it done the past 3 years, but we got it this year.
You know, this week for the seniors, it brings some finality to your careers. You know, you had your final home game. You've had your final practice. You've had your final breakdown on the field. For you, what's those special memories that you're trying to cling on to with one game still to go?
I mean, every year I feel like there's something. Freshman year is just messing around with everybody. We didn't really have any responsibilities. Sophomore year I was actually playing, so I remember we went to Sayre in the semifinals and killed them that year. Junior year, I was hurt. I didn't have much. And then this year, kind of hanging on to semifinals against Pikeville. Had a few big plays that are nice. I'm still hanging on to them.
Yeah, I mean, you played phenomenal. You had a big interception. That was a big moment in the game. Almost had another one that just deflected off. But it was the game that Coach Sammons and I talked about. We knew the way the game was going to play out. Both teams were going to have guys out on islands, and you and Max Burton really had to step up big. How big was that for you of the biggest game of the year at that moment, playing your best game of the year?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous going into it. That's the only team we lost to this year, and I kind of took it a little personal. That dude scored on me first game, hit a few big plays, so I was actually focused all week, and, I mean, came out right for us. It was good.
Having an opportunity to play for a state championship in the 100th season, I mean, how much of a storybook ending could that be for this team?
It feels like it's out of a movie. It's awesome. I think we got it. It's nice.
What's the kind of the seniors this week? What's been your all's process that you've been going through of just trying to enjoy every little thing that still goes? Because we know come tomorrow, high noon, that's the last 48 minutes you guys have together.
Yeah, I mean, mainly just realizing it's not over yet. Like, we beat Pikeville, but we still got another game to play, and then we all been messing around, like singing the senior songs and stuff, messing around. But I mean, we'll all feel it for sure tomorrow after the game.
Coach has said, talked to me several times throughout the coach's show, and we talked about it last night. He said there's one thing that stayed on the marker board all season long, and it's the word legacy.
Legacy, yep.
What's that mean?
Legacy, I mean, really, Raceland is tradition. I mean, there's people here. Kenny Lax is always here. He's in the Hall of Fame. He coached us in JFL. I mean, it's stuff like that. I mean, us winning, it's not just us winning. It's for all the other teams. We got the Team 100 sticker. Like, it's just special for us, really.
And, one thing this year that a lot of people, I think, have kind of missed, the helmet stickers aren't there this year.
Yeah.
This one's about the team.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see, Coach has talked about it. He said this year it's been a collection of the parts, and I think it makes it feel a little bit more special.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of got a little salty about it early season. We make a big play and then you don't get stickers for it, but it's nice realizing we're all doing it for the team this year, and we got one goal. That's all that matters.
That one sticker is that big gold trophy.
That's right.
All right, hey, go do work tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Bryce
it.
Rousey join us here. But step out, and we'll come back here in just a few moments. Continue our coverage here for Raceland Sendoff to the state championship for Uncle TV. All right, we're back here at the Raceland Sendoff, joined with Kenny Lax, Hall of Fame member, and obviously biggest Ram fan. Kenny, for you, you've sat up here in these stands in every type of weather possible, and you've watched this group of boys from when they were barely dragging their diapers around on football fields. For you, you got to have a special connection to this group.
Oh yeah, I coached them, most of them from 6 or 7 of them. Some of them played up on the team JFL, and followed them all around, and coached some of them a little bit in baseball. And like I said, I've been waiting. It's been 100 years, but I've been waiting 60 since I played. So this is amazing. And
how big would it be on the 100th anniversary to bring home a state crown?
Oh my gosh, there's no words to describe it. It's just be fantastic.
You look at all the guys that's come before, and you being one of those for this program, there's been a lot of fruits of the labors that's gone through to put the guys in this position, and you see what this program has to offer now. I mean, it shows how much work has gone into bring this program to where it is.
Yeah, it's like I say, there's no words to describe how far it's come. That's just like the turf, for example. When I was in school, we didn't have a rug in the locker room.
The funny thing is that, so Raceland started back in 1926. They didn't get a home field until the 50s, and they were the Ramblers. And the reason, because they were always playing on the road. Yeah. And that's something that people kind of forget, and it's one of those things when you look back and you see what now, it's hard not to take for granted of how beautiful this complex really is.
Yes, it sure is.
Going down 4 consecutive seasons, for a program, how big is that as a fan to look and watch this team do what it's been able to do?
Oh man, like I say, especially, and I've also had, every time we've been to the state, I've had grandkids or players that I've coached on that team. And like I said, there's just no words to describe the feeling that you have. It's almost like you're out there playing.
Yeah, you got a pretty close connection. One of the guys out there, Parker, and watching him have a great senior season, that's got to be special as well.
Oh yes, it's great. I've done a lot of coaching, and over the years, one of the reasons I was coaching was trying to make the players have a better chance than what I had, or make them better than what I was. And I think we've kind of done that. Not just me, but all the coaches and the help I had. Like Danny Burris helped me. We started out coaching together. Paul Rose started it all, got us coaching. And through the years, it's been guys that played football, and then if they had a son or they didn't have a son, they were really interested in Raceland football succeeding, and that's part of it.
So tomorrow, down in Lexington, I'm sure we'll hear your famous chant, calls a fumble.
Yeah, if they can hear me.
If they can hear you, for sure.
I'm supposed to be on the field, so you got to watch what you say. I have to tell them before they get on the field.
That's right. Well, Kenny, enjoy the game tomorrow. I greatly appreciate the time.
Okay, I sure appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Go Rams.
All right, we're back here on the Raceland Sendoff with Spencer Hutchinson, one of my fellow colleagues that we do this, all this football coverage show and stuff. And again, don't forget tonight at 7 o'clock, we'll have the state championship preview show. Jacob, Spencer, myself break everything down. And Spencer, again, you've kind of been brought into the Raceland family over the last couple of seasons and the connection there with Landon Goodall. And for you, coming from the outside as a Russell guy, coming into a Raceland family, what's it been like?
It's been great, really, the transition. You know, Raceland did a really good job of welcoming us, especially from Russell and Raceland. Russell always had that rivalry, and I think that it kind of took a while for each other to get to know each other, but once we did, it's just been a fantastic year, and I think that the boys have really come together as a team, and I think on the outside of the lines, you know, you talk about the parents, it's a team on the outside too. It takes a team to raise a team, and I think that's key to sending Raceland to another state championship.
You know, you look at last night, the community dinner over at Raceland Christian Church. I mean, they had to take two buildings to put everybody in there that wanted to come out and support this team and this community. It
speaks high volumes again, and it's almost like you expect it at this point, you know, and that goes credit to Coach Sammons and the Raceland community, and of course Mr. Likens for having us over there. It's a huge thanks to him, but it's almost like expected, and it should be when you build a program, and these boys have really persevered some hard times this year. I remember how we felt when we left Pikeville. You know, it wasn't a good feeling, and so I think that this is kind of the opportunity to rewrite the narrative for Raceland football.
You know, I talked with Coach after that game with Pikeville, down in Pikeville, and I said, you know, what does this do for a program? And he said, we will look back on this moment, and he said, it's going to define our season, whether it's negatively or positively. It's going to do one of the two things, and I think we can see how the outcome came.
You can, and you kind of wonder if you win that game, do you win on Friday? You know, it added to the fire, and I think sometimes everybody needs humbled a little bit. And going to that game, I'm not saying we needed humbled, but it didn't hurt us.
Yeah.
And especially, you know, when you got to that first RPI ranking, you saw we were second ahead of Pikeville, and you're saying, well, that was a free game. And all it did was a motivational thing for us. So it's been a great year. I really have no complaints at all. You could see all the people out here sending off these boys, and just a great group of kids. And I think that speaks volumes to the parents. It's almost been like a fantasy season for us, because everybody's just gotten along so well. You don't ever see any of the kids arguing on the field. And it's always just been a giant family, and that's just the way it is down here.
You know, it's something we've talked about of this team. Is this group of seniors, they don't know what it feels like to go to school on the first Friday in December. And when you talk about that 4 consecutive years, I mean, that's a testament of what this program truly is.
It is, and I think that any time that you get to go to play at Thanksgiving, even if you make it to the semifinals, it says a lot about your program. But, you know, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but these kids have never been to school as state champs either. So they're, like I said, they have a chance to rewrite the narrative. And I think that, you know, we were here for all practice. Nobody's lost focus. It's a business trip to them. And I think that it's not different from years past, but I feel like the mission is clearer. You know, this is the year, and if we're going to get it done, it lies on us. Raceland has played against themselves all season long. If they execute, they play like they can, they were what, 1 quarter away from being 15-0 right now. So.
Yeah. You know, the thing that you look at with what Coach Jones from KCD said about this team, he said, Raceland's been there. They know what they expect. They know how the warm-ups work. They know how to get in and off the field. We've been there in 2020, but none of the crew that's on the field for him this year was in that group. And He said it's only been that group of coaches that's been on that field before. So it's something new for the Bearcats.
It is. It is something new, but it's exciting at the same time. And you kind of wonder who could channel those nerves the best. And Raceland's been there 4 straight years. This should be no problem for them. But if for KCD, you know, they're riding in the first time and playing in that big stadium, narrower goalposts, the hash marks are closer together. So it's an experience, but I think that the key for this game is who scores first.
Yeah.
And I think Raceland will elect to receive it, and I think that KCD will elect to kick. So I think Raceland will get the ball first no matter what. So we'll find out real quick.
You know, you look at the way these two teams set up, it's no secret. We've talked about this through the entire postseason. KCD wants to run the football. Raceland can stop the run. And, I mean, you've got two contrasting styles. And one of the things Coach Sammons said a couple weeks ago, he said offense wins you games, defense wins you championships.
It does. And I think that there's going to have to be a guy that steps up this year that plays the Lyndon Sammons way. Lyndon Sammons probably played his best game against KCD last year, a guy that really prevented them to run A and B gap. He was a home wrecker and just a guy that really just destroyed their front five. I mean, you could see they could line him up in different places. He could go off the edge and go up A gap, and nobody could block him. I mean, he was just an unbelievable player. One of my personal favorites to watch. I always like the big bruisers, man. I like the guys that are willing to pull out the hands and just go at it. And one of those guys on this year's team has to be it.
Well, and you know, something that we've talked about so much, especially here in the playoffs, has been the three guys up front. Chris Spradlin at the nose, Alex Headley on one side, Bryson Toole on the other. I mean, they've really brought that physicality to the defensive line, and that's something that allows those linebackers behind to just go tee off on people.
Absolutely. And I think that, you know, a guy that kind of was under the radar a little bit this year stepped in and played a big role for the defense, Mr. King.
Yeah.
And we had Bloss out for a while. We had Lockwood out for a while. And King did a great job at playing linebacker. And now, with both of those guys pretty healthy, you've got King sitting there saying, you know, I could come in at any play. And you're not worried about it because he has the experience and he's made the plays all season long.
Yeah, and that was the thing, you know, with Jackson is he gave them a reason to have to try to find a way to take him off the field. And when you've got a guy that has been able to do what he's done, he's played in those big moments.
Yes.
He just gives you more depth at that position at linebacker.
And I think that that's a key going into this game. Raceland has a lot of depth. You can put, you know, you like we've said on our show over the past few weeks, Raceland is a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator's nightmare. Well, how do you defend them? They've got one of the deepest wide receiving core. They've got a bruiser with Shannon Marucci who can also blaze you with speed. And then you got Landon Stiltner out there. If he gets a step, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then last week we saw Waller run the ball, and he looked like he's been running the ball all year long. It didn't look like that. You know, this was the first game that really he got significant carries. So I think you just got to play your base defense and just whatever happens, happens. But, you know, this is a special Raceland team. And we've covered Raceland teams in the past, but it just feels different.
Yeah.
Me and you have talked in the past, and I don't think it really matters who you play at the state championship. There's just a spunk. There's an attitude and confidence with this team that I'm not saying the other teams didn't have. It's just different.
Yeah, and I've said that many times. I've covered this team for many years. And there from the beginning of the year, from the game at Ashland, I just said, you know, there's something about this team that just has a different feeling than what you felt like. And you can feel even this week leading into this trip to the state tournament, it's not felt like an event. It's felt like a business trip.
Yeah, absolutely. And they feel like, you know, this is their opportunity to say, okay, we're no longer the bridesmaid. We're not going to go down here and just go eat at KS Bar and stay in a hotel one night to come in on Friday and lose. It's just not like that. And I can tell you the way Landon's coming home and a couple of other boys that I've been around, you know, they're excited, but at the same time, they know what lies ahead of them. They know what it's like riding the bus home on Friday evening. We lost another state championship, which most schools would love to just make a state championship. Yeah. So just one of those things. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right, well, team making their way out to the buses, so we'll try to grab a couple players real quick before they get on and head to Kroger Field. Spencer, always a pleasure, my man. We'll see you down there Friday.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, with Shannon Marucci. Pretty special moment for you right here. I said, this group of seniors, you don't know what it feels like to go to school on a Friday in the 1st of December. I mean, how special is that for you guys?
It's very special, and it's kind of became a tradition that every Friday in the 1st of December, you're not going to go to school.
No, that's a tradition that you have to earn, and it's something that, you know, you can't let the people behind you let go of that rope, and that's something Coach has talked about. This is a group that year after year has refused to let go of that rope.
Oh, definitely the seniors before us. I mean, they showed us how it is to be a leader and what to do to maintain everybody's trust, and that's what we've done.
You look out here at the community support. I mean, what's that mean?
Oh, it's amazing, and they show everywhere. No matter how far the game is, they're there. So I mean, they're behind you.
You know, last night it took 2 buildings to put everybody together to eat dinner to come out and support you guys. I mean, for you being that senior leader, knowing the finality is here. What's that feel? What's it feel like for you?
It's amazing, and just all of us seniors are ready to go play our last one and win the last one.
It's something as a senior season, it goes through and you have times and stuff, but you're in that final chapter now, and you got 48 minutes sitting there. What is it for you that you want to leave that all on the field in that final 48?
Just play my hardest for my last 48 minutes because, I mean, you don't got a game after it no matter the outcome, so you just want to go out there and play your hardest.
We talked about it, 100th year, and that gold trophy standing on the other side. I mean, what bigger way to finish off a monumental season to bring home that first ever state championship?
There's no bigger way. It's almost like a movie. I mean, 100th year and then win the first ever state championship. It's going to be awesome.
For you, we've talked the last couple of weeks. You've been playing your best football once you've got into the postseason. What has allowed you to take that next step forward the way that you've been playing?
Just knowing what I have to do for us to be successful and having all the dudes behind me. And it's not just like I'm going out there playing by myself. I mean, everyone's pitching in.
We've talked this week. This felt different at school this week. There wasn't like celebrations going on. This feels more like a business trip. Is that kind of the way you felt like it's same?
100%. There's nothing to celebrate for yet. We haven't done what we're supposed to do, and it's more just business.
All right, man. Go take care of business.
Thank you.
Shannon Murray, joining us here. All right, joined with Isaac Horsley. Hey, man, this is going to be a special meeting for you right now. Transferring in a couple years ago and doing everything that you've done to get yourself in this position. How special is it?
I mean, it's a great opportunity. No offense to where I came from, but this ain't happening there, not for a while at least. So it's a great opportunity, especially with these guys. It's a special team here, so it's awesome.
We've talked about this year the way that you guys on the offensive line have taken care of the quarterback. You gave up 1 sack this year. How personal is that for you guys each and every week to take care of Jake?
I mean, that's our goal, honestly. I mean, that's what we're here to do, is to protect Jake and our running backs, and I feel like we've done that pretty good so far. We've got one more to do it, so.
8 of you that kind of rotate through. And what's it been like of being able to do that mixture of rotating guys in and out to keep everybody fresh and being able to play like you want to play?
It helps us play 4 quarters of football. And you've seen that Pikeville last week and week 3. We got to play 4 quarters, and we're going to have to tomorrow. So staying fresh, especially when teams don't have depth like we do, it's pretty special. So,
something you look at with the way this has transpired through. Everything that has needed to happen has happened.
Yeah.
And now you've got an opportunity for a gold trophy in the 100th season. You can't write a better script.
Yeah, it's set up perfectly. I mean, 4 years straight, 100th season. I mean, Stiltner tied the record. I mean, everything's going together great. So I think we're going to do it. We just got to play hard.
I talked to Mauritius a few months ago. I said, this week at school, it didn't feel like a celebration.
No.
This feels like a different feeling. This is a business trip.
Yeah, I mean, we've been here before, and we know what it's like to lose, and we don't want to go through that, and we want to bring it home for the first time. So, yep.
All right, man. Go ball out tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Isaac Horsley joined us here. I'm going to go grab Coach Sammons, and then we'll wrap things up here as the guys get ready to head off to Lexington.
All
right, Coach, first off, we look behind us. You got the Yellow Dogs. I mean, that's the way we travel here.
Yeah, that's really all we know, right? I mean, blue-collar community, see all these people. And I talk all the time about the economic growth in this town, or even in this area, there is none. And this is kind of who we are. We kind of hang our hat on it. And our kids take a lot of pride in it. I mean, there'll be no other way. And one thing about, we talked about community so much last night. People forget the bus driver is part of the community. Like, this is special to them, man. These guys put a lot of time and effort into getting us the place we need to go. And for a lot of guys, this is a highlight for them. So we're really fortunate to have a way. And these guys are really giving to us. And we're really excited for them.
Yeah, I talked with Kenny Lax just a few moments ago. He just got on the bus and he yelled at the boys, calls a fumble. It's something. It's one of those things. There's traditions you have within the program, and Kenny Lax is going to be sitting at the top of those steps there at Ram Stadium, and he's going to yell, calls a fumble.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what year Kenny graduated, 65, 6, 7, somewhere in there. And there's another guy this week, Ron McLeod, I think graduated in 66. He had a birthday on Tuesday. And I think he may have turned 76, 77, whatever the number is. And Kenny and Ron are just two examples of what this community embodies. And unfortunately, there's some of those people that aren't with us anymore. And that's the unfortunate part, that they put they invested so much into this, they don't get to see it. But those guys that have lived it their whole life. I mean, you're talking about guys that have been following Raceland football for the better part of 6 decades, maybe. Something like that. That's really special to them. And everybody's got some connection in this town. You can't outgrow your family in this town. Everybody's connected in some way or form. That's really what makes it special. And as you see here, all these I'll call them crazy people.
Kenny was talking about, said, you're trying to get it in the 100 season. I've been waiting for 60-some for that. I mean, it means something different to everybody in this community.
Yeah, it really does. It's the heartbeat. Everyone has some connection to our team. Like I spoke about last night, whether it's some little kids running around here, or some sister, some brother, some cousin. Kenny has grandkids playing. Ron McLeod just connected to the program. Whatever it is, people have some connection or some tie, whether they were a player at one time, their father played here, their grandfather played here, their grandma, their mom was a cheerleader, whatever it was. There's always some tie there, and everybody really rallies around that. This little town don't have much, but this school and this football team right here sits in the heart of town, and people really cling to it.
I talked to several of the players, and I said this week at school felt different. It wasn't a celebration. This feels more business-like, and it's you can tell they've got business at hand, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, obviously we hope so, and obviously I talked about, as you climb through, programs go through evolution, right? You got to go through growth to get there. You just don't wake up at the top of the mountain. You got to grow and go through the process of getting there. And I think all year long there's been no sense of satisfaction. There's been a sense of pride of what we've done, and been proud of our results and things that we've done and progress we've made. But at the end of the day, it's never been about having this community send-off or playing on the last day. It was always about being on the last day and putting our best foot forward to leave a legacy that's been unmatched here. And those 12 seniors have really embodied that all year long. And I'll be the most surprised guy in the stadium tomorrow if they don't put their best foot forward one more time.
You say the word legacy. It's that word that's written on the marker board that hasn't gone away all season long. I mean, that really defines what this group of seniors really is.
Yeah, it really does. First of all, their legacy, I guess as of now, is unmatched, 4 in a row. But, other people have got the silver. And so to them, it wants to be something that's untouched. And a lot of times, the first one is always the hardest one to get. I talked to Coach Haywood, over the years, and obviously he's very, very deeply missed in high school football. And that's what he always said. Nobody talks about, they always talk about all the state championships he won. Well, he was very proud to say, look, it took 3 decades to get the first one. And also, nobody talks about, how many runner-ups we got. And so, try to get through that breakthrough and those guys that leave the legacy that's been unmatched, that's been untouched, and quite honestly, for everybody that's been fighting here for 100 years. We'll carry all those guys with us tomorrow. We hope it's enough to get across the finish line.
You had your final breakdown on the field for the season. You've got team tonight at the hotel and in business tomorrow. What was the final message to the group before you put them in the locker room to get ready to load up on the bus and head to Lexington?
Nothing, just move forward, continue to move forward. We've been very business-like all year long. Make sure you pack your bag, don't forget your helmet, all that type of stuff. Make sure you remember who you represent, remember who has helped make this possible. Obviously you guys have earned the way. When I was talking to the team, they have earned the way. Make sure you enjoy it, but at the same time, let's make sure we understand when we load that bus, it's not a celebratory thing, it's just a business trip. We told them, pack your bag, overnight stay. There's no gaming consoles or anything like that. We're going there to get things done, and after all, we'll be home. A little over 24 hours, we'll be back home, and it's really what it's about.
All right, Coach, we'll see you down there. Enjoy the trip.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, so the team continues to get ready to go. We'll stay with us as we send them off to Lexington. Stay tuned with us here on Kool TV. And we make the short guy make him we stand up. We probably should have flipped signs with it.
We can flip.
Join with Jake Dixon. Jake, you were on the 17 team.
Yes, sir.
You know what it feels like to go down there and not come home the way things wanted to. And again, in 17, it was a tough season.
Correct. Yeah. Hopefully we can make this kind of a full circle moment. It's our 4th straight year being there. And it's definitely not something to celebrate when you come home with the silver. It was a celebration in 17. It was the first time we had ever done something like that. But moving forward here, we're always trying to take the next step, trying to break down the next door. This is something that we feel like we need to go and get done, and then hopefully repeat in years to come.
I've said this week, it felt different this week. There was no celebrations. There was no talking about this or talking about that. It's just been, it's on to the next game. And that's kind of the way this team has been structured all year.
Yeah, one thing you can definitely say about these seniors is it's always been businesslike, but it should be. This is their 4th ride to Kroger. This is something that they have come accustomed to. I think they know that it's time to go home and come with cold.
Yeah, it's something that we talk about. So this group of seniors have never gone to school on the first Friday in December, and that's something that you have to understand. That is not something that's given. It is earned, and that is a special moment to have.
Yeah, it is. It was something that wasn't expected in 17, but I think at this point, we've had some really good groups come through. Like you said, it's something special to not go to school on the first Friday in December. It's been a fun ride. We're excited to get down there, and then when we get down there, it's just more business. We'll go into meetings, we'll go into team meal, and then probably some meetings after that to set the tone, make sure we get to bed, get up, and then get to work.
All right, man. We'll see you down there tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jake Dixon joining us here. Appreciate it. All right, that's going to wrap us up here from Rams Stadium. The Rams headed off to Kroger Field. High noon kickoff tomorrow for the Class A State Championship. They've got KCD in their sights. We will have coverage beginning at 11:30 on 105.7 FM as well as right here on Kool TV with the audio-only stream. It'll be 12 o'clock kickoff, 11:30 our pregame coverage from Lexington as hopefully the Rams bring home that state championship in season number 100. That's it for us. Big thanks to Cam Bryant and Jacob Hankins, everyone here. Enjoy the trip. Make a safe travel down to Lexington. We'll talk to you tomorrow down there right here on Kool TV.